Wow. As I said that, the probability of that is extremely slim. Hey everybody, welcome back to Decks and Bytes. Today we're going to be opening a box of Altered TCG Trial by Frost. I have been very fortunate to have been able to play a pre-release as well as a draft. My initial thoughts on this set is that it has not completely overhauled the meta. I think in the coming months, we're going to see a lot more decks that offer a lot more variety and they're going to find a lot more combinations. That is what I love about this particular TCG. Before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to Flipside Gaming. I am not sponsored in this video, but they just decided to go ahead and include some tokens and as well as promo boosters. And then they gave me some adventure tracks, as you can see here, the adventure tracks. And so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Before we get started, I would like to go ahead and crack open these packs just to see what we got. I know that they do carry uniques, and we're able to get some uniques in here. Rare foiler. Ooh, wow. Wow. As I said that, the probability of that is extremely slim. It happens, and sometimes you just get lucky. This is actually one of the uniques that I was looking for. The 6 that I was hoping to get for my own personal collection and deck building was the Fire Rabbit, Ortis Night Warden, Vic, Walrus Scout, Haven Seringar, and the Snowman. Those 6 are what I was really targeting with this booster box that I was hoping to get, and the fact that I opened the Ortis Night Warden in the promo pack is amazing and absolutely awesome. Yet again, shout out to Flipside Gaming. This was a promo pack that they sent me that I did not expect to receive, but they went ahead and sent it to me. And so, literally in the promo pack was one of the 6 uniques I was hoping to get. So let's go ahead and open this other one. Let's see what happens. Uh, wow, extremely excited about that. Simply because, as I said, I had 6 uniques that I listed here that I was really hoping to get. And let's see if we can get another one. Okay. We did not, but that's okay. Because we already hit the one that we had no intentions of hitting. That just adds another. So yeah, if you got to participate in the pre-release, or if you were played at your local game store, maybe they give out those for prizes as a promo. If you do, then maybe you're going to hit a unique, just like I did. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this, and let's see what we get. I'm expecting about 4 uniques. So hopefully we can get 1 or 2 of the ones that we're looking for in this particular booster box. And yeah, let's just go ahead and crack this open and see what we get. So yeah, I've been really excited about this set here. Um, I've been really excited about this set simply due to the fact of I'm excited about this TCG. I've been playing a lot online, but also locally. I'm very fortunate enough to be able to have a local game store that offers that to me, and a local community that plays. So I'm not going to really focus too much on the commons. I'm going to take some more time on the rares and really focus in on the uniques. I opened a previous box of Kickstarter, and on the first pack I got a unique. So first pack magic, let's see what happens and see if we can go ahead and get another unique. I mean, we already hit a unique, which is quite amazing, and exactly one of the ones that I wanted. So sometimes that happens like that, and it always works out. So as I said, not going to take too much time on the comments, but we'll go through. If I see one that maybe I think will change or help the meta, we can go through that. So, every pack obviously starts with a hero. and then we're going to go through these commons. The first ones we already know. I like the winter theme, the Santa, the snowman, the Scrooge. That to me just played. One of the things that I wish they would have done is maybe did a winter themed heroes. Really focus the heroes in on that winter style. So, Lord Calvin. Okay, Snoozer Shroom. Okay, so not too bad on these rares. I think the one that's most intriguing is this Persephone, which primarily deals with the forest region and making all of the other cards uh, in that particular, uh, all the other kind of regions drop away. Forest. So it really makes all of them forest. This set has a lot of permanents. I noticed when I was, as I said, doing the pre-release, which was a sealed, so creating my deck with that, where I end up, and then also the draft. There's a lot of permanents and things like that in this set. Or I've noticed, okay, our hero. I'm going to move that over a little bit. Our hero, another permanent. And then they've really expanded on this, the gear. That's a new thing that has been offered within this set that wasn't in the previous set is the gears. And so I'm curious to see what effect that's going to have on the meta when people start learning out those combinations and what gear is best. So as I said, they introduced something new in the gears, but nothing that I'm seeing currently that completely overhauls the whole meta and makes it into gonna change the top, 3 or 4 heroes that are being played. But I do think it did give a boost to Finn and Kojo. So we have our Slay here as our first rare. And as I said, the gear. And so this gains fleeting. And the big thing that a lot of people like this for because it is a gear and it stays, is that if you move forward, move forward twice. So that's an advantage, especially like I said, if you look right here, where if you put this with Kojo, maybe that would help, help him because of the fact that you can move forward twice. So Santa Claus. Oh, we hit. Wow. And we hit our first unique. The ability here being a 2/3. And so right here, if I would gain fleeting, I gain 1 boost instead. If it's coming out of reserve, if you pay 1, if you do target character gains 1 boost in fleeting. Okay, so this is a great combination card actually. Simply due to the fact that if this gains fleeting, it gains a boost. So there's a lot of cards that you can force fleeting onto something and instead boost it. So just offers some more diversity, especially like I said, now that possibly combined with Finn and see what she can do with it. I think that's going to be interesting. That's a pretty decent unique. Uh, like I said, not one of the 6 that I was looking for the decks that I'm personally building, but maybe now that I've got that, maybe I shift my focus to include something like that. Okay, so we got our hero, Jack Frost. I think that this is a card that's going to get more play and more focus. This is one of the commons that I do think, and more the rare, I do think is going to get a lot more playtime. Break the Ice, that's another one that I think will get a lot more play as people develop their develop decks. I think that this is going to be another one that's played. This one too, same thing. The ability to be able to exhaust target card in reserve, I think is going to really shift some things. Okay, so this is one of the uniques that I'm looking for, simply due to the fact that you can play exhaust cards from reserve. So you can play exhaust cards from reserve, and I think that's a huge advantage, to be able to. And when this comes out of reserve, you're going to exhaust resupply. So you're going to exhaust resupply and then be able to play it. I think that even this rare right here, even though it's not a unique, I think this rare right here offers some offers some benefit, especially if you combine this with a faunus. If you get a combine this with a faunus where you're able to put something in reserve and then be able to play it, I think this offers a huge boost to a faunus. So one of the things that I'm curious about what they're going to do is they have a lot of these higher costing cards. And if you play this game enough, you realize that it's really hard to get those. You don't want too many of those cards like that. You don't really want too many cards that are going to cost, too much, too much, too much of your mana. I mean, you do want some balance where you can't just play all lower end cards and, lower end stuff, but you definitely want to be able to have balance, because if you try to put too many of those higher end cards in your uh, deck, then what if you draw all those at the beginning? Then you're kind of stuck with that. Here's another one. Another common that I think is going to help and change. And as we can see, it's going to help Kojo. You can get it to have fleeting. If you do, another target character gains 1 boost. So you put this out, and if you're going first, you already have 1 out. Then you get this, then you boost it, and because this is fleeting, then the character you're going to discard, but you're only paying 1. So for 1 cost to get 1 boost, possibly win a lane, I think that that's a really important as a really important. So this is another one that a lot of people, Bravo's Trailblazer, I think could potentially offer some unique combinations, especially with fleeting. If you combined, if we're looking here, if you combine these two, where, okay, I play this first, and then I gain fleeting, and then I have this out, and I have a fleeting character, then I gain 1 boost. So now I gain a boost here, gain a boost with this, and then possibly, like I said, win 2 lanes with just that combination right there. My apologies. My screen, as I was recording this, my screen uh, went to sleep, and so wasn't able to see what the screen was showing anymore. I want to make sure you guys get a good view and are able to see all the cards as I talk about them and read them, etc. And so I couldn't see that anymore, so I was just making sure, kind of having some computer problems, not really sure what happened there. All right, so continuing on. So if we look back here, see permanent, um, going through. Okay, so we got the snowman. So this is one of the uniques that I would like to hit in this, but if we don't, that's not a problem. But the biggest thing with this is back to, if you look, Bravos, which we can combine with Kojo. So with this, we play it and then it gains fleeting, and then we combine it, and then back to some gear right here. So just some uh, interesting techniques and some uh, combinations that can be, I think, are still yet to be discovered. I don't think we figured out all of the combinations yet, and I'm really curious to see what combinations are come about after this. So Finn right here, as I said, Finn's having additional support from this particular set, I think, is going to be critical for Finn. So if we go through and look right here, So I think this is one of the higher end mana costing spells or characters that I do believe people will mana ramp to try to figure out how to get this, especially with the Faunus. If you can get this somehow, some way, be able to get this at a lower cost in late game, I mean, this ability to be able to create 3/2/2/2 tokens is that's gonna be it's gonna be hard to beat late game. So having that ability late game to get the tokens and as I said, you always want options, which is why having like the snowman, which is a one mana cost. So if you have 8 orbs and you lay that down and then you can play the snowman on top or a combination of something else, that's where my head's at with that so far. But as I said, I don't have all the cards and I've reviewed most of them, so I'm curious to see what all combinations I even myself can discover. So yet again, the snowman. So this is one of the more interesting permanents. The fact that when a character you control gains fleeting, you get a counter, and then when you get your third counter, you sacrifice it and get a 5/5/5 dragon, and then each character you control gains 1 boost. So you get a 5/5/5 plus that. So if you do that 3 times, you're going to get that. This is one of those ones that I think will help the fact that when it goes to sleep, you get a boost. So that's interesting. Scrooge, as I said, I love how they did the kind of the holiday slash, time of the year themed, really playing on that with between Santa Claus, like I said, and Scrooge here. So we have another permanent. We got another garage. And then this is one of the other permanents that when you exhaust a card in reserve, you may exhaust me to create a token. So, having that ability to create tokens, especially with a Faunus, I mean, I think a Faunus is just getting stronger and getting better. So there's a lot of permanents in this set that offer a lot as a benefit, especially the ones that are rare, which in the first set, I think there was quite a few permanents, but this set seems to have a lot more. Fire Rabbit again. So this is one of the other cards that I think late late in a round is going to be beneficial. So this particular card, being a 4 cost and having the 6 right here, and then also to be able to have somebody exhaust resupply twice. So if they have 2 cards already in reserve, and then now you add 2 more, that's gonna make a tough decision for them. So I do think being a 4 cost and having these, that is one of the ones that I would say that costs more than 3 that I'm looking to add into all of my decks. And for me, I try to keep, yeah, again, 4, even the regular common one. The fact, I mean, it doesn't do it twice, but at least it's some disruption right there. And it offers some control to be able to get some cards out. I'm curious what they're going to do with the bureaucrats and how, with Waru currently not being played, how that's what ultimately change it they're going to make, and that the bureaucrats are going to get, because that's going to be interesting. This set has quite a few bureaucrats, and so that's going to kind of sure up him. Faunus, the fact that when you play a spell, you can boost the character. I think that's the reason why he's seeing so much play right now. So, this card right here if you could combine this with Vec and this card, where you can play, pay one, play it, and then it goes to reserve, and then you have Vec, which then can play cards out of reserve. That could make this, if the right combination, that card can become quite valuable. So just depending on how that plays out. Another gear, permanent gear. I've kind of talked about this card already, but I think that this is another gear that's gonna see some play and gonna be interesting how the combinations that come about with this. Oh, we hit another unique. Okay. Okay. We hit another one. All right, let's see what we got here. Dong Da Shin. All right, so this right here, if your hand is empty, you may exhaust target card in reserve. When another character joins your expedition, if I'm in force, target character other than me gains 1 boost. All right, that's going to be interesting. This is an interesting unique, simply due to the cost and the ability. Maybe that sees some play. Maybe there's a combination out there that you know might might be able to combine with that. This card right here, even though it's a common, I think will definitely shake some things up. Just simply do the draw. The draw ability is why you want to play this, because you can get more cards in your hand. So having him and the ability to draw, this is what I was talking about. You may play exhausted cards in your reserve. So you put, ice down. I'm just going to go back. If it's too far back, we'll hit another one. It's a common. I'm sure we'll hit it. Okay. The machine in the ice, as I said. So it exhausts, and then you come and play, play that for 1, or you play it out of your hand and it goes exhausted if you have that. And then you play Vec on top of that, and then you're able to play that and you get all of that boost. Persephone, the fact there's a lot of control. Looking at this, so if I'm just looking at the unique and I'm comparing these two, if your hand is empty, you may exhaust target card in reserve. Okay. When another character joins your expedition, you're in first, target character gains 1 boost. So it's a boost. Could be interesting. This one right here, the Moth Larva, once it gets figured out, um, I think that's going to be a better card. I don't think we've quite figured that one out. Just because of all the requirements, a lot of it is you have to have so many permanents, or you have to have so many exhausted cards to be able to use it. So the right combination needs to be set there. But if you can get, play it with the Faunus, you're going to be able to get some spells out and be able to combine those spells. That's going to be an interesting combination. All right, so this is another one of them rares that I think was going to definitely get some play and kind of shake up the meta because of the ability to resupply. So being able to resupply, I think is going to be, with the right combination, it's going to get there. Rally call. Okay, and defending. That's going to be an interesting defending that they really added some cards in there that kind of play off of that and that kind of concept of, hey, I'm defending, I'm going to block this lane, but I can't move forward either unless it meets the requirements. I've seen a couple different type of requirements. You have to have so much mana, or you have to be behind, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, again, this one says right here. So if you are behind, then you can use it and still move forward. So that's a strategy, if you let one lane purposely get behind, knowing that, hey, I can play this for the kind of win, and then win that lane and move forward. So some more gear, Scrooge. Okay, this one right here, cards played from reserve cost one more. So yeah, no, I'm liking this set. I think there's a lot of interesting combinations going to be discovered. I have not found every combination. I went to the pre-release. After I did my pre-release, I ordered this box, and then I have been waiting for it. And while I was waiting, I ended up going to that sealed event. And so I made a couple videos about all of that. I'm going to be, if you've watched those. So this is kind of the fact that I've already kind of had some play time with the set, I think is a benefit, simply because as I'm going through this, I'm now able to talk from what I'm seeing actually being played uh, in the local, at least my local game store. So, I said with Vivek, combining this, maybe this, using those two abilities to be able to compound on each other, it's going to be interesting. Okay, we got another unique. All right, let's see what we hit. Hopefully, it's one of the 6 that we're searching for. We've already hit 2 here. Uh, we've actually hit 3 because of the promo pack, but in this particular box, we've hit 2. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Now this is good. This is really good because this is good simply because of the cost and what you get for it. So I mentioned earlier, when I'm building a deck, I want 2/3 of my deck to be 3 or less, even potentially more than that, but at least 2/3 of it, I want 3 or less. And then I'm going to kind of build the last, bit of my cards off of, things like that are higher costing, but at least 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of my deck with this. So let's see what this does. If your hero's expedition is behind, the next bureaucrat you play this afternoon costs 1 less. Unless you control 2 or more bureaucrats other than me, target opponent may exhaust resupply. Okay, so I mean, this kind of just fits into everything I've been saying, simply due to the fact that I mentioned Waru, I mentioned bureaucrats, and how I was curious what they were going to do with bureaucrats. And I think that it looks like they're encouraging bureaucrats being played. So the fact that you can play this, you get a 4/3/4 for 3, and then you can then play another one that costs, as long as it's a bureaucrat, it costs 1 less. Uh, I think that opens up quite a bit, uh, quite a bit as far as, just because I was going to run the Snow Maiden probably anyways. So if I don't have a unique that I could see that plays better, then maybe I run that. So it just gives options, and that's what I've been saying this whole time is I love this game simply due to the all the options that you have and all the versatility. And there's not one card that's really just dominating, one particular card that just dominates the rest, at least that I've seen. So Jack Frost, uh, you know, ability to exhaust. Snowman. Yeah, if you would just down below, maybe comment when you get cards like this. Maybe I'm just not understanding, and I'm trying to learn, with you all as I make this video and as I make content. I'm trying to learn and get different perspectives and, spark up conversations that, can make me better, but also I can help other people get better. Is, with this being a 5/5 and it's fleeting, and Okay, so it's a 5/5 fleeting. And I cost 1 less if there are 2 more exhausted card in reserve. Okay. And then send to reserve each character from target expansions that exhaust and then exhaust them. So both of these right here, being a higher cost, what are you guys doing with them? We just read that ability. Obviously, that's some control. But what do you think? How are you making your decks? How are you doing the splits? Are you focused more on like my style, where I'm saying, you know, 2/3, 3/4 of my deck is just going to be 3 or less, focusing on that style of play? Or are you guys doing kind of just the best cards you have available and what you think fits best no matter what the cost is, you know, with the balance? Because I've seen people that they just focus on the best cards. They're not worried about the necessarily having so many that cost this much and so many that cost this much out of reserve and all of that. They're just focused on what are the best cards that I can play. Let me know below what you guys what you think and what your opinion is on. All right, sorry about that. I was that was a my computer has been messing up. I figured out what the problem was. My computer was not connected to power, so it kept sending my computer to go to sleep, because I had it disconnected because I was doing some editing and I forgot to plug it in. So I got it fixed now. So hopefully we don't have any more problems, but here we go. So as I said, I'm just trying to spark up some communication. I just share my passion with you all and just kind of discuss some strategies, tips, just with everything that I'm passionate about and everything that I'm doing. I know that there's a lot of things that kind of can pull our time and our attention away, and it depends on what you're getting yourself into as far as uh, what you find interesting. So, all right, so here we got Fire Rabbit Prayer. So yet again, really helps with the boost. I know that the unique of this really helps with the token creation and the draw ability. So if you can get a unique of that. So this is an interesting card that I think is that's a part of this set. Not only having Eternal, but then being able to get tough. So I think that's an interesting concept as far as being a higher cost card and then having additional things. This is going to be, something that helps due to the fact that there is so many permanents. Having a card like this that allows permanents to be played for less. Okay, we got a snowman that that helps right here with that free ability. So definitely like that the rares have different abilities as well. So not when you have a there's a lot of games where the rare only does all the rares are the same, but I appreciate that they offer a different variety of you have your commons and then obviously the uniques are interesting in themselves, but then even the rares can offer some different abilities to them. So yeah, just working through this, just kind of get some first eyes on the product. I'm really curious to see if I got 2 boxes, how many play sets would I get out of that? I've heard different things from people when it comes to the commons and the rares, how many play sets would I get? Lost in the Woods. Okay, we hit another unique, which is awesome, and that should be our last unique. And this was the one that I was telling you that a lot of people are discussing about. Let's see its ability. Okay, so if I'm the only character in the expedition, you may discard target character from hand for more. So a little control where you can discard target character with hand cost 4 or more. So a lot of control with that as far as, being able to sacrifice, being able to discard, and then it also, if that's the only card don't have any other cards in your hand, then you get a little bit of a boost as well. So a lot of control with that, a lot of options, and back to versatility. I mean, I keep on saying that over and over again, is the versatility that this game offers is, I mean, it's hard to match how much versatility there is with this. So this is another one that, you know, the moth creation, a faunus, and what, cast that spell, get the moth, then being able to boost it on top of that. I think that's going to be interesting. So, what do you guys think as far as heroes go? What's your big three? By the end of this set, which I know that they had now talked about, they haven't discussed when the next set's going to be released, at least to my knowledge. But between now and the next set, what is your top three that you believe will be heroes? Okay, got a Night Warden, not the unique, but at least we got the rare. The rare definitely offers a little bit of more, packs a little bit more punch. For me, based off what I'm seeing and what I think will be what I've seen this say, I do think that outside of being changed, or if they, whatever they uh, decide to do, as long as nothing changes right now, Faunus I think is going to be at the top. It'd be hard to argue that he's not going to be somewhere in the mix of the top three, and does not be any particular, but I think that he himself will be there in the top. I think he'll be in the top three. Then I think that the next is probably going to be Finn. I think that Finn's got a lot of increased potential with this set and the cards that. So I think that she's gonna get a boost, and I think that the things that she'll be in the top three, and the other one, oh man, this is the other one's gonna be hard for me because it depends on. I think it really depends on Waru. I think Waru is gonna be the one that it's gonna depend, because it's gonna be one of them. It's either gonna be Waru or Sigmar. It's either gonna be one of those two. Ortis is pretty strong already. This set has some different type of characters that do help Ortis, but it also could be one of the Muna heroes, especially Taija. Taija got a boost, and the anchored ability from Muna gives it that kind of the over the top ability. But we'll have to see. This set's pretty new. It's hard to say, but my kind of gut instinct tells me that it's going to be one of the Ortis heroes. And then if Wario comes back, depending on what they all do and when they allow him to come back, I think that that's gonna. But yeah, for me, Koju is gonna be on the outskirts. I think he's gonna be could be but I think it's gonna be Finn, Afanis, and one of those Ortis. heroes. Oh, wow. That was unexpected. Now I was expecting to hit four uniques. We hit five already with the promo pack, and then this is our sixth one. So we've hit six. Well, if you're gonna buy this box, I'll just say this: if you're gonna buy this box, you're opening it. You're gonna get a lot of comments. You're gonna get plenty of rares, but the uniques that you could hit, I believe, offer a benefit as well, simply because of how much some of them are going for. So, if your reserve is empty, the next permanent you play this afternoon costs 3 less. Okay. So, get out a permanent, and then if you control 2 or more landmarks, create a soldier. Okay, so the ability to, if I can get those permanents out, and then get those permanents out, especially if I can get some permanent gear, um, yeah, use that in combination with some permanent gear, might be a decent combination there. But yeah, like I was saying, if you're gonna buy this, you're gonna get plenty of rares, but the uniques, definitely another Snow Maiden. The uniques definitely make this product, in my opinion, uh, worth it if you're gonna play. If you're gonna play online, if you're trying to buy all these, you could get most of the commons. You can get between, you know, somewhere between 10 and 15 cents for a common. Uh, a rare's gonna run you anywhere from 50 cents to $2. And but the uniques, on the other hand, I mean, it just depends on which ones you get. I've seen some of them going for anywhere from, you know, $15 all the way up to 220 or $250. So, it just depends on which ones you get and what all, comes about. But yeah, I'm thinking back to my top 3, I'm just thinking about all of Kojo, and I just think the problem with Kojo is he doesn't have the strongest uniques. At least, and maybe this set changes that, and there's a combination of uniques that come about that. But in the first set, he didn't have the strongest uniques, and he also didn't have the strongest cards. Now, this set obviously gave him a boost, but it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see what comes about. And the whole comes about with everything. So. I know I mentioned this in other videos, but the artwork, if we just look at this, I mean, the artwork on this is it's definitely hard to match. I think they did a lot of things right with the artwork in this set, just like the first set. I think the first set, the artwork was great. And then I think in this set, the artwork is just built on that. The only thing like I said, I wish they would have changed maybe and done differently is added made like this hero, made a winter themed hero, instead of just the same hero recycled. I'm really excited for the next set already. I know that this one just got released, but I'm excited for the next set. I'm excited to see what uh what more they offer and what things that they kind of cook up in the lab, and what things that they can they bring to the table. So we're down to the last 2 packs. I am not anticipating any more uniques. I'm pretty satisfied with what I got. I definitely am excited with some of the rares I got and some other things. We obviously didn't. We only hit the one. We only hit the one unique that we were chasing. The chase unique. We only hit one. And this is the last pack. Maybe last pack magic. But I think that only works on the first pack. But yeah, we obviously didn't hit the. We only hit one of the 6 that we were looking for, which is fine. We got plenty of rares, plenty of commons, to build some more decks, and yeah, that's it. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. The uniques make it the value hard to argue with simply because if you buy this box, I know at my local place it was 110. So if I bought this box for 110 and I just got 5 uniques and I get, let's just say I get a promo pack, I get another unique. But if not, I got the 5. Well, then each one of these uniques would be valued if we just get the uniques at $20. But due to the fact of the how many commons and rares we get, that drives it down to about 15. We're gonna get 15, roughly $15 per unique we're paying. We're probably not gonna find uniques for less than $15 unless we get just lucky on, an auction on eBay or somebody just wanting to sell or the unique is not very good and just absolutely is terrible. It's gonna be hard pressed to find one under $15. So we have a high risk, yes, but we limit that risk by getting some uniques that, potentially could be playable. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Do you think buying boxes is the way with this type of TCG? Are you guys for that or against it? Kind of what's your thought process and what's your dialogue with it? I think that opening boxes, you're gonna somewhat be disappointed most of the time. At least for myself, if looking back on all my other TCGs that I played, most of the time with opening boxes, I've been more disappointed than excited. Even though I love cracking packs, with this is the one TCG that, for myself, I see the value in buying the box and opening it. But yeah, just let me know below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's value in opening the boxes? Are you guys for that or against it? Kind of where's your head at with that? And yeah, what's your kind of your opinion on all of that? Um, yeah, thanks for watching and catch you on the next video.